You see, if you really want to know the problem with the hypocritical, like super Christian fako or fake wokester alike, it's just, they have an implicit bias towards whoever will keep their trap shut just at all times. It's a double standard club, right? They don't want to accept responsibility for their actions. They don't speak truth to power. In fact, they're fighting tooth and nail to claim we're misinformationists. If we should point out that the head of the U.S. federal government DHS-sponsored misinformation governance board was going to be verbatim a misinformationist, who is hyper concerned with Goebbels' activity just for one person, has already been showered to the highest levels of. I mean, even Obito did a solid on that one, and you got to stop that right away. That's the least of it. You can't skulk. There's people skulking around in the dark, and they just have an implicit bias towards whoever doesn't notice that. You can go real far if you keep your trap shut, because the truth about the country is that crime does pay currently. But it's so far gone, they all need a reset, and you can't. It's going to collapse. Too many of us are sick of it. It is not just me. And on behalf of the voiceless shadow band, bullied by their own family and loved ones, just like we can't even. I mean, it's ridiculous. Facebook knows about it because they don't let their little messenger work. But then even X, formerly known as Twitter, but it's the exact same trash, seems to know about it, and they censor it, and then they say, oh, just him, he's crazy, but then you see it's definitely not that, and that's not what's going on here once. It's real simple. They just don't want to admit. Of course, if you give it public scrutiny, a person like me would be right, especially with the extent they went to say, his hair's messed up. He just woke up or whatever. When I didn't even just, but I mean, it's messy. But they'll attack that, right? Because I didn't wear makeup or whatever before, putting this, anything at all. That's great and all. I'm not getting any younger. I don't think I'm the fairest of them all. I just point out neither is some 45-year-old hag. You know what I mean? Anyway, at least in 2-3 months or whatever it is. All right, have a good day, everyone. I'm just, humble pie on my end. I'm not, I sure ain't great. We need grace here. Penitent. I've stuck to that. I stand by my word, and especially with the state matter. We're not the ones who think we're great here, because we say not one person is allowed to comment or even chat in private, and then all, you would say behind our back, hey, got into the glory hog looking for this or that. But I already worked in tea. It's not that. When it comes to the internet and the web, and little Timmy here trying to say, oh no, they're actively censoring this exact information from everywhere. Not just the bit with the music or the Timmy stuff, but I mean just that they are censorship artists for a long time. They broke bad. They're all in bed with illegal, criminal organizations here, just enough of them. They go like this. And they do not like people who like the old system fine, which is enough of us. It's a little Bismarck. It's gonna sink. And that's all I know about the Stormtrooper Hydra SS25 cool community. No, really. They can just prove me wrong in public, but they see they don't. They can see they have an implicit bias towards whoever will keep their trap shut. I stand by my word. And then they're so snarky with selling the new woke books and anything at all about us, but they don't notice their own, some of us admit we're human here. We're unique and weird. You're all a unique, weird snowflake, whether you like it or not. And you can like that fine about it. But we're not the ones claiming we're the bosses or the gods here. They all have a King of Tyre infirmary, where you're really going to say that in public. They pretend that it's atheism or something, but then really in the dark, that's not what they think once. See, they have an implicit bias towards people who just don't care to notice things that are illegal. They just do not see the problem here. And they like each other fine, and that's it. They switched. They always have their own loved ones and friends and family, but I think they got a Thanos snap and man. Too far gone, Shinka. Misa notice. That's the bad bitch. Gotta destroy it.